Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 43rd District Basketball Tournament. As we say 43rd because Lafayette and LCA are both in the 43rd. This game has a lot of 43rd District implications. LCA comes in with a 2-2 record in the district. Lafayette is 3-1, led by their all-sensational player, Ray Surratt, 6'8". He's a junior, averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds. And Kyle Rode on the other end for LCA's load. He's a senior, 6'5", averaging 24 points, nearly 10 rebounds. So you look at the superstars for this game, and I tell you what, Ray Surratt of Lafayette starting to get some looks from colleges. Belmont University, he's got a visit there next Saturday, so starting to get some looks from some mid-majors. And Kyle Rowe, we know, is going to Liberty University.
Yeah, and, Surratt's impressing people this year. His game's got a little bit better. We knew he had potential over the last couple of years, watching him play out there. But the guy's doing it all right now, rebounding, blocking shots, hitting a little turnaround jump shot here and there. He's got a lot of good things going for him. Team player as well, that's very important to say, because he is a guy that likes to share with the team. Kyle Rode, I got to touch on him real quick. Kyle Rode, great position right now. If LCA can make a deep run from here on out, from this point forward, Kyle Rode could end up in the talks for Kentucky Minister basketball, because he's having a heck of a season.
Yeah, we were talking about that with the two leading candidates. Of course, Michael Moreno of Scott County and Dante Allen of Pendleton County, who was leading the nation in scoring at 43 points a game, but went down with the ACL injury. That opens things wide open for Kyle Rode to be definitely a Mr. Basketball candidate here in the state of Kentucky with the numbers he puts up. He's been starting here since 8th grade, so this is his 5th year of starting, and he's on track to become the all-time leading scorer if he already isn't the all-time leading scorer here at Lexington Christian.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Kyle, they've had some really good, athletes come through here at LCA. Your Matt Roses of the world and guys like that. Kyle's just a special player, man. He's probably once every 10 years type of guy that we see out there. Not only is he good on the basketball court, but he's really great with the kids off the basketball court as well. You see him a lot of times in here, with some of the middle school students, just shooting ball in gym and just, helping those guys out, or helping them with homework or something, or, just doing something that, is beyond the game of basketball.
He's a little bit under the weather tonight. I don't know if he's 100%. He's been fighting that sinus infection, and a lot of people have been battling. I battled it myself, as you know. Coughed my head off at Lexington Catholic a few weeks ago when we did that game, but it got better, and I feel pretty good. I just still have a little bit of the drainage in the back of my throat, but getting much better. Tonight it's Lafayette and LCA. All can you say about what can you say? Michael Mendenhall, Lafayette, they won 6 state titles over there at Lafayette, so they got tradition on their side. And LCA, of course, on the girls' side, won a state basketball championship with Emily London and Sarah Beth Barnett and all those guys, and Courtney Clifton, who, God rest her soul, she just recently passed away a couple months ago, so we're sorry, that young lady, but she led them to a state championship. And on the boys' side, they've had some great teams, came really close. It was a Will Hacker shot from the corner, game you and I did over at Eastern Kentucky, in and out. If that goes in, they head to the state tournament.
Yeah, exactly. That's how close they were, and they kind of got a taste for it last year with the success that Coach Valentine and his team had. Obviously they're missing a couple big guys from last year's team, but you got a great shooting team here with LCA. And, I really like the coaching matchups tonight. Coach Mendenhall does an outstanding job for Lafayette. He's always, he's one of Coach Salzman's disciples, exactly. So, he's very well educated in the game of basketball, and it shows out there, each and every year with his team.
You mentioned the big guys for LCA last year, Ted Hall, Carter Hendrickson. They're both playing college basketball right now, both really good players. But one guy on the LCA team this year that's really starting to find the basket, Will Hacker, the young man. He can shoot the three, and Coach Valentine pointed him out to me today when I talked to him. He said Will Hacker's really starting to find the range from the outside.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that you talk about improvement over the last couple of years. We saw it last year in the tournament. That's really was his coming out party. Was last year in the 43rd district tournament, the 11th region tournament, over there at EKU. But he's one of those kids that if you give him an inch, he's going to be able to hit those shots down. So Lafayette's going to have to guard him pretty heavy tonight, because he is that second guy in that lineup that can hit those buckets.
You talk about Ray Surratt. He's shooting 61% from the field, 75% from the charity stripe. Those numbers are up from last year, his sophomore season, so he is improving every year, as you said. But you look at Lafayette, they got a little bit more than that. Caleb True is a 6-foot senior guard. He shoots 42% from three. He averages 11 points a game, and Evan Drew, a guard, also averages double figures. So they got some other scorers on this Lafayette team.
Yeah, Evan Drew is one of those guys, again, last year when you talk about stepping up late in the season, Evan Drew was one of those guys. But, yeah, I mean, Lafayette's definitely a contender. I think the 43rd right now is a coin toss, quite honestly. You know, you've seen Lafayette defeat Lexington Catholic. You saw Lexington Catholic defeat LCA. You saw Tate's Creek get their first win this year in quite a while. So Dunbar, not the same Dunbar that we're accustomed to, that we're used to, but you know, it is a coin toss this year in the 43rd. It'll be interesting to see who does come out. I know Coach Valentine and Coach Mendenhall definitely has their eyes on that 43rd District Championship.
You're right, and it's Lafayette and Lexington Christian. We want to tell you about the 6:30 WLAP, the Kentucky Scoreboard Show. That's tonight at 10 o'clock on 6:30 WLAP. Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins, they will give you scores and interviews from around the state of Kentucky. It's the Kentucky Scoreboard on 6:30 WLAP. This is the Mingua Beef Jerky high school basketball game of the week. It's Lafayette and LCA. Should be a good one here. We'll step out for these breaks, come back with the starting lineups at Lexington Christian. It's Lafayette, the Generals, and Eagles battling here tonight at Lexington Christian. We'll be back after this on the Mingua Beef Jerky game of the week.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingua Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingua Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at minguabeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingua Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
Whether you're older
or younger,
or maybe even somewhere in between,
we've got that perfect smile with Invisalign that'll last a lifetime. For you.
For you.
For you.
The future of healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Introducing convenient.
And we're back here at Lexington Christian Academy, Lafayette and LCA here on the Mingua Beef Jerky game of the week. And we got the national anthem here at LCA. We'll pause for that here on the network, and then we will tell you that we'll give you the starting lineups and tell you about all of our sponsors.
Invisalign by Drs. Durbin, Morris, and Garner.
Why would you trust your smile to one of those online do-it-yourself kits?
Our goal is to make your dream smile a reality. Schedule your 3D scan today.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
You're back here at Lexington Christian Academy. We'll hear the starting lineups as Gary Ball gets prepared for tonight's game. We'll take you down to the floor for Lafayette being introduced. Unfortunately, volume's not that loud down there on the
Yeah,
PA,
we'll give you the starting lineups. This is the Mingua Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. Also brought to you by UPS, the Kentucky Loop, our sponsor of the replays. Bob Roberts Insurance are over in Richmond, Kentucky, our halftime report. Sutherland Chevrolet, Lexington Diagnostic, Open MRI, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Rafferty's where the special is always you. Double Dogs, the biggest flat screens in Lexington, Kentucky. That's where to watch a game, Double Dog. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. The Kentucky Scoreboard Show, 10 to midnight, every Friday night on 630 WL. I think they're going to be on the Bull, Rick Shaw was telling me. They're moving to the Bull, 98.5. That's the same channel that carried the Sweet 16 in Lexington, 98.5 the Bull, 0.5 the Bull. So I think you can catch them there tonight. Crown Trophy, Ryan Tyson over there. He's the provider of the plaques for PrepSpin and the Scholastic Ball Report. And check out the show this Sunday at noon. We're back from holiday vacation, William. We're back with a bang. We got Chris O'Brien and his 12-2 Frankfurt Panthers are on. Also the 14-3 Danville Lady Admirals are the scholar athletes. And we got a feature on that great Berea team. They're 15-3 down there, Berea. That's all coming up Sunday at noon on the CWKYT.
Let me get this straight on the Danville Lady Admirals. They got their old coach back. Is that right this year?
Yeah, they got Judy Mason's back.
Judy Mason's back, yeah. So she's already made a big impact because they weren't doing too good the last few years.
They're doing great. They are doing fantastic. They're coming up Sunday at noon. We're ready for basketball. It's Matthew Johnson, Will Hacker, Baylor Brown, Pierce Dalton, and Kyle Rode. Lafayette's going, as we said, with Evan Drew, Caleb True, and controlled in backcourt by Kinley. And they're going to give it up to Evan Drew. He controls the offense, and he's going to work across on Pierce Dalton. Now he's a man-to-man by LCA. Down low they go to Surratt, working on Kyle Rode. Surratt kicks it back out as he goes to True. True comes over on the left side to Kinley. Kinley faking with the ball in the paint area. Throws it away, throws it right to Brown. Good defense by Brown.
Yeah, Baylor Brown, quick hands in there, able to come up with a steal.
Down low with it with the basketball is Dalton. Pierce kicks it over to Hacker. They go Kyle Rode. Kyle Rode kicks it over to Johnson. He bounces back out to Brown. Brown now. They go over to Dalton. Pierce Dalton. Back out top to Hacker. Lafayette playing good defense right now. Kyle Rode.
Looks like they're in the 2-3 zone.
They are in the zone. It's giving LCA a little bit of problem right now. Working with the basketball, Dalton gets in the corner. Kyle Rode lines up the three. Off the back of the rim, and long rebound by True. True clears it out as he gives it up to Kinley. Down the right side it goes to Harden. Javen Harden with the ball. He comes over to Drew. Now Evan Drew penetrates down low to Surratt. 61% shooter, turns around, and he's going to be hacked, and I think he's hacked by Johnson. Matthew Johnson got him, I think. Yeah, Johnson was there, and they're going to give it on Matthew. First personal on Matthew, first foul of the ball game.
And you can see LCA's attack on Surratt right now. They're going to hit him high, they're going to hit him low.
Yep.
They're going to try to smack that ball loose because he does hold it a lot of times around his waist as he goes up.
And one thing he's been doing very well this year, William, he's a 75% free throw shooter. He knocks that first one down. That'll get that average, that 18-point average up there if you knock down free throws.
Yeah, he's probably spent many, many days in the gym shooting those free throws.
He's 2 for 2 on that trip, and the first lead for the Generals. They lead LCA 2-0. Their zone right now giving the Eagles a little bit of problem here. Working across the line, Dalton. He hands it back out top to Brown. Brown now back over. It goes now to Dalton, back to Dalton. Dalton out top. Comes to Johnson. In the corner now to Hacker. Hacker can't get off that good-looking three there. And it goes on the left side to Brown. Brown in the middle. Comes to Hacker. Goes to Kyle Road. Working in. Powers it up and in. Well, Kyle Road said, okay, big fella, come at me with that 6'8 frame. I'm just going to put it up and use my body, and you're not going to touch it.
I like how LCA spread the offense out that time and got the right shot.
They got the ball to the right guy, too, Kyle Road. 2-2. Road with the first bucket. In the corner it goes. True thought about it. Comes back out top to Evan Drew. They swing it around now to Drew. Back it goes now to Kinley. Back to Drew. Looking down low, Surratt. Surratt and trying to go in the corner, and he's going to be called for traveling.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Surratt to move against this Eagles defense.
Absolutely, William.
I mean, they are swarming him.
As soon as he gets the ball, they're swarming him, aren't they?
He's going to have to keep that ball up high.
In the corner, Hacker lets it fly. He got it from about 17. Hacker, that was close to being a three, but he had to step inside the line there. He makes it 4-2. LCA with their first lead. 4-2. Pass going to be almost stolen by Kyle Road. Got a hand on it and knocked out of bounds. And last touch there by the LCA Eagles and Pierce Dalton. Good hustle by Dalton.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anytime a player dives out of bounds into a bench.
In your bench, you love to see that if you're Nate Valentine.
You got to love it.
Evan Drew works it across. Looking at now, LCA throwing a little bit of their own medicine at him. 2-3 against Lafayette. True thought about it. Looking down low on the left elbow. Back out to Drew. Evan Drew goes in the corner. Kinley lines up the three off the front of the iron, and a good flying through there is Hacker, and it goes out of bounds off of Lafayette.
Yeah, Johnson had position on the rebound, and looked like the Lafayette guy, number 3.
That's Evan. That is Javen Harden.
Javen Harden. Okay, Javen Harden. Yeah, he just got a hand on it, kind of poked it loose from Johnson.
Kyle Road. They give it over to Hacker. Hacker hit the shot. Now they go to Kyle Road down low. Back to Hacker. Hacker penetrates. Kicks it over now to Brown. Out top, Kyle Rowe moving in, puts up a hook shot, and it'll go. Surratt kind of altered that a little bit, William.
Yep.
Surratt came over and changed that shot. Here's a long pass and bounce pass, and it goes out of bounds off Kinley. So far in the ball game, Surratt has 2 free throws. They have not hit any field goals in 3 minutes, and LCA has a bucket by Hacker and Kyle Rowe with a lay-in. It's 4-2. LCA on top. 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Gary Ball with William Moorfield, the king of stream. Down low, shot put up and in. Good pass by Road to Brown.
Yeah, that was a nice give and go right there.
6-2. LCA Eagles on top of Lafayette. Lafayette's coming in on an 8 of 9 winning streak. They won 8 of the 9 last ball games.
Getting back on Surratt, Gary, we had mentioned earlier.
Three-pointer knocked down out front by Harden. Javen Harden knocks down the 3, and that'll cut into a lead in a hurry. 6-5. LCA by 1 point. Hacker in trouble, throws it right to Kinley, and Kinley's going to be pushed, and Brown's going to pick up the personal foul. His first foul, and Johnson picked up the other one, and that's 2 team fouls against LCA, no fouls against the Lafayette Generals. And we're going to have checking into the game. That'll be Campbell DeYoung, a 6'4" senior will check in. Boy, he's wiry, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Now I got my thoughts together on Surratt. So we talked about him changing shots, altering shots. That should really be a stat, honestly.
Yeah.
He does that quite often.
True, penetrates, cut off, and tries to give it to Surratt. Knocked away by Brown. Good hands by Brown, and picked up there by Hacker. Hacker hands it back now to his teammate working across is Pierce Dalton. Johnson goes over now to Brown. Down low to Kyle Rowe with Surratt. Rowe backs up and knocks down a 15-footer. Kyle Rowe, he said, okay, I got a little space a little bit here. I got to space myself. Back up a little bit. I'll hit the jumper, and he did. It's 8-5 LCA.
Yeah, just a special player doing his thing.
Oh, yeah, he's got 4 points. Leads his ball club. And in the corner it goes now, and DeLong's shot is going to bounce off there on the shot by DeYoung. Campbell DeYoung, 6'4", senior, and it's going to be LCA basketball. Kyle Rode's got it. Comes over down to Brown. Out top to Dalton. Back to Kyle Rode. It goes to Hacker. Fakes the 3. Now backs it back out. Pulls it out front to Dalton. Over now to Brown. Back it goes to Hacker. Boy, Hacker just with that 2-3 just can't get off that shot, can he? Into the paint. Brown goes to Hacker. Back to over it goes to Will Hacker. Penetrating Brown. Put up shot. No good. Altered by Surratt again. But Cal Road steals it away.
Hustle.
That was a hustle steal right there by Cal. He's a stat stuffer. Dalton back to Cal Road. In the middle, Johnson turns and scores. Boy, Johnson's got a nice shot, and he also shoots at a 57% field goal clip.
Quite the baseball player, too, for the LCA.
Yeah, son of Terry, right?
Yep.
10-5, LCA on top, and here's another steal. Boy, LCA getting a lot of hands on the basketball.
They are a quick team, and, Coach was saying, we get to that fourth quarter and we kind of just lose focus a little bit here lately.
Cal.
He said they're working on it, though.
Yeah, he said they're losing some leads, he said. They've been leading a lot of basketball games, but they lost a couple of them here lately, and he said, we'll get it going. And we have a couple of subs checking in for the Eagles. And in the ball game, Zeke Greer checked in, and also Tanner Walton checked in. So Greer and Walton in the ball game.
Greer's one of those guys that give you a lot of
hustle. Oh, yeah. He played a lot in that regional last year, didn't he?
Hit a big three, remember that?
Yep, Zeke Greer. Evan Drew gets it over from Javen Harden, who knocked down the three. It's 10-5. LCA Harden to the basket, gives Surratt, and he lays it up and in. Boy, that was a good play there, and it was set up there by Javen Harden's penetration.
I thought we were going to see a monster dunk there for a second.
At 6'8", Surratt's not the best jumper, William. He's not the best leaper.
It's all right.
But he can play. He's a good basketball player. 10-7. The lead is for the Eagles. 1:45 in the first quarter here from LCA. Gary Ball, William Warfield. Here's Kyle Road out of the corner. Bullseye.
Kyle's on fire.
He's got 7. That was a three-pointer out of that left baseline, and he's got 7. The lead is 6, 13-7.
Kyle must have been missing being on PrepSpin because he's on fire right now.
He looked up here. He knows we're here tonight.
Yeah.
Drew kicks it in the corner to True. They got to get True going. He's got a nice shot. Down low to Surratt, cut off by Rode. Out top, they swing it over left side to True, and it's off the front of the iron, rebounded by Rode. That's something else, Kyle. He can rebound. Yep. He can steal. He can score. The kid's just got a complete game, doesn't he?
He does.
Cross the line, they come over down to Greer.
Liberty got a steal.
They did.
Liberty got a steal.
Walton and Greer play catch out front. Back to Walton. And he tries to come over, and it's knocked away, and it's going to be almost stolen there by Caleb True, but knocked out of bounds back to LCA.
You know who also got a steal back in the day? Indiana State. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
I was coming through French Lick the other day, and I was thinking, man, Larry Bird lives here.
Kinley back in the ball game, and let's see, we had another sub checking in there down low, and a shot put up and in by Kyle Road. He went to work. As soon as he saw Surratt out of the ball game, he says, you know what, there's nobody out here that gets big enough to stop me. 15-7. Kyle Road has 9 points. Hook shot up and in. Nice shot by Drew. Evan Drew with a nice little baby hook.
I like that name, Evan Drew.
Yeah,
he grows on you.
He's been playing ever since his sophomore year at Lafayette, so we've heard his name quite a bit here on PrepSpin. 23 seconds in the quarter, 15-9. LCA on top by 6, and they have the basketball. Will Hacker, of course, his family is Hacker Congleton, that construction crew. They're pretty big in Lexington and really central Kentucky. Walton out top, kicks it in the corner, and here is the shot put in by Greer. No, check that. That's Johnson. Had to check the number on him. That was Johnson who knocked that one down. He's got 5 points.
You mentioned Congleton in that with the Hacker Congleton. Billy Congleton played for West Jessamine. He's a baseball player.
And
throwback.
Anthony Wickline, a tennis partner of mine out of Spindletop. He's one of the business partners in that organization too. 18-9 here. LCA has a lead here over Lafayette, and I tell you what, it's been total domination so far by LCA. Particularly Kyle Road was 9 points. Matthew Johnson with 5, and Ray Surratt has 4 points to lead Lafayette.
Yeah, I mean we've seen a good ball game so far out of LCA. Let's see if Lafayette can get back in it. Obviously only down by 9, so. not too bad right now, but you are playing here in a tough place historically to win at.
Yep. This is
well, in the Nate Valentine era anyway.
Good crowd in here tonight. It's almost a capacity crowd. Both sides have good crowds in here. LCA side is almost full. Right in front of us here, Lafayette crowd, good crowd in here, 18-9. LCA on top, and Lafayette talking strategy down there.
Do want to thank Mingua Beef Jerky, the official game day snack and title sponsor of PrepSpin. Also want to thank, of course, UPS Jobs, Kentucky Jobs, UPS Kentucky Jobs. We also want to give a shout-out, to Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Doctors Durbin, Morris, and Garner, and, of course, Bluegrass Orthopedics. Andrew Carlson and his great staff always do a great job here at LCA.
And Tyreek McCoy checked in for Lafayette. Surratt is out, 18-9. Out with the basketball, Walton, Greer, and he's going to travel with it. Turn it over to the Lafayette Generals, and Lafayette down by 9, but they could gut into that lead here with the basketball, and they'll probably give Surratt a minute or two breather and getting right back in the ball game. The big fella, he's over there on the bench with Harden. Working across the line, Evan Drew, picked up by Greer. Zeke Greer has him out top. Evan Drew pounds it down very slowly, methodically. Gives it over to Kinley, goes to True. And DeYoung's got it down low, and there's a shot with the left hand. Boy, nice shot there by McCoy.
Good power move right there.
McCoy came in the game and quickly got on the board. 18-11. LCA leads by 7. Give it up in the corner there, and that's Connor Haga, I believe, is in the game. Haga. Johnson out in the left side. He goes to Greer. Penetration. Hackers getting a travel called again against LCA and goes on Tanner Walton.
He kind of drug his back foot just a little bit.
So Tanner Walton with the travel, and we're gonna have substitutions back in the game. Will be Pierce Dalton and Hackers back in the game with Johnson, and we got out front Brown. They're all 5 starters back in the game for LCA. Surratt out of the game right now for Lafayette. And True gets it down low, and there's a tough move, and a shot won't go. Flying through, ball comes out, and hands everywhere. Coming out with it is Johnson.
Johnson
Good rebound.
Able to get a little air on that one and grab that rebound.
Brown over to Hacker. He's deep from NBA 3. Gives it out now to Dalton. Dalton back over to Johnson. Kicked away. Drew's got it. I thought he kicked it, but no call, but must have hit his knee. So Drew gives it back over, and DeLong with the shot. DeYoung knocks it down. Campbell DeYoung with the 3-pointer, and that's the second 3 of the game. And all of a sudden, William, you look up at an 18-9 quarter score. 2 minutes into the second, it's 18-14.
Yep, absolutely. Lafayette with some nice shooting here in the second quarter.
Hacker gives it up now to Kyle Road. Now they go to Brown. Brown comes over to Dalton. Pierce kicks it over to Hacker out of the corner. Here's a 3 off the mark and rebounded by Drew. Evan Drew, they cut into the 4-point lead. Drew picks up the pace down the middle, and he kicks it over the left side, and there's Kinley's 3 off the front of the iron, and rebounded down low, powered up, powered up again, and battled up and tapped around. LCA's got the ball in the hands of Matthew Johnson.
Well, everybody gave great effort on that. For Lafayette, unfortunately for them, the shot just didn't fall.
Brown down low to Kyle Road, and we're going to have a foul called, and it's going to go against Lafayette, and that will be their first foul of this first half with 5:27 to go. I don't think I've ever seen a team go this long without a personal foul.
Yeah, without a foul.
McCoy finally picks one up. That's his first. Back in the game is the big fella, Ray Surratt, 6'8", junior with 18 points a game, 9 rebounds. Almost a steal out front with the ball. Brown kicks it over now to Hacker. He stops and pops for 15 off the rim. Rebound of Cal Road off glass. Good.
Use the box up there.
That's 11 for Kyle Road. 20-14. LCA's lead is 6. In the middle they come with the ball, and it's stolen away again. Stolen from DeYoung. I don't know where they were going with that ball. There were 2 LCA players there. I wouldn't have thrown the ball in the middle. I'd have kicked it back out. Down low, Hacker. Backdoor, Kyle Road. Up and in.
He just, I
13.
mean, the court awareness that Kyle Road shows out there.
His basketball IQ's at another level.
Yeah,
he's got Larry Bird basketball IQ.
Absolutely.
Surratt turns with the left hand, won't go. He was shooting 61% from the field. He couldn't get that point-blank shot to go in. Surratt says, give me that one back. I'll use my other hand. Not normally a lefty. Kyle Road over to Dalton. Dalton penetrates, kicks it to Kyle Road, and he powers it up left side. Good. That's 15 already for Kyle Road. He's outscored Lafayette 15-14. 24-14, and a steal. Back tap. LCA really picking up their defensive pressure. That was Brown, I think, came up with that one.
Yep. Baylor Brown knocked it loose.
Dalton across the line, back over to Baylor Brown in the corner to Hacker. Boy, they're just really giving Hacker a lot of attention. Dalton, and he traveled with it, he shoveled his feet before he put the ball down, so that'll be called pretty much every time in high school basketball. And we want to thank the Mingua Beef Jerky high school basketball game of the week. Check out the Kentucky scoreboard tonight on 630 WLAP, or to be on 98.5 the Bull Icon. And that's Rick Shaw, Donnie Atkins, who have scores and highlights from all over the area. They're on 50 radio stations, William, throughout the state of Kentucky.
Wow. That's a big reach that they have.
Yep, 10 to midnight tonight. Evan Drew down 10, penetrates, gives it back to Surratt. He comes over now to Kinley, and he lets it fly, and it's an air ball. Kinley couldn't even draw iron on that one, and LCA fans letting him know about it.
Yeah, they're giving it to him.
Quickly giving it to him. This is the biggest lead for the Eagles by 10, 24-14. Remember, Lafayette had it down to 4, 18-14. So 6-0 run here by the LCA Eagles.
We got a treat for the third quarter coming up for everybody, too. We're going to hear from the new LCA football head coach.
That'll be entertaining. Kyle Rowe, left side free throw line extended. Now he's going to bring it back out himself and run the offense. Gives it up over to Brown. And Baylor Brown works with the ball, gives it to Pierce Dalton. Back they swing it over now to Widmer, Chase Widmer, who just checked in. Hacker goes to Kyle Rowe, back to Hacker. Dumps it in the corner now. Brown penetrates and picked up by Surratt. Surratt a little bit more aggressive this year, isn't he, William?
He is.
Working baseline, and we're going to have a bump and a foul called on Dalton. That is the third team foul against the Eagles. Just one team foul here with 2:49 to play in the first half against Lafayette.
I wouldn't be complaining at all. This game has had a fast pace to it so far because of the less whistles.
That shot by Drew wouldn't go, and then we're going to have a travel called, and it's going to be called against Hacker. He hit the floor hard as he went down, and
he's looking around as if he was undercut.
And by the way, the story of this game, Kyle Road with 15 points already for LCA. First quarter, we still got 2:41 to play. True looking, way out front he comes to Evan Drew. Drew now triggers it back over to True, down low Surratt, posting up, and this one he lays. That's a nice move there by Surratt. That's a college move right there by Surratt.
Yeah, that's something again that somebody's invested the time and worked with him on and showed him a little bit of moves here this season. We didn't see that last year.
No, he used the left hand again on that too, William.
Yeah.
That's the second time tonight. He missed a point blank left hand earlier. 24-16, 2:15 to go in the first half from LCA. And Will Hacker brings it back out on the dribble, looks over to the sideline to Nate Valentine. Pierce Dalton gives it back to Hacker. We're approaching 2 minutes to go in the first half. LCA by 8, 24-16, leading Lexington Lafayette. Gary Ball with William Warfield, a king of string. Kyle Rowe down low, looking for 17, blocked by Surratt. Whistle foul called on Surratt.
Must have got him with a body.
That's only the second team foul against Lafayette. First foul against Surratt. And at the line will be Kyle Rowe. And as you might well guess, he does everything well. He's a good free throw shooter also, 80%. Kyle Rowe looking for 16. He got it. 16 points, 16 big ones for Kyle Rowe. He can put him back up 10 with this second free throw. Kentucky plays Vanderbilt tomorrow night at 8:30. And Kentucky 11-3. Tough loss to Alabama, but bounced back with that nice win over State. I think they'll take Vanderbilt tomorrow night, don't you, William?
Yeah, we watched that somewhere on the road on the way back, and talking about the Kentucky-Alabama game. And
yeah.
Man, I just couldn't believe that they lost to Alabama.
Yeah. Drew's going to be fouled, and he's going to be grabbed there by Harrison, Connor Harrison. Boy, I tell you what, I'll give Nate credit. He's getting a lot of players some playing time. That's about the 10th player that's played for LCA.
Yeah. He's trying to build up that bench and getting them positive vibes, if you will. Giving them some playing time. He's going to need it, you know.
Come tournament time.
And this 11th region is stacked.
Oh, my goodness.
You got a really, really solid Coach Chris O'Brien and his Frankfurt Panthers
Bad
team.
pass as True out front overthrew Surratt, and he's 6'8". That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
That's like, and with his extension, he's 7 feet. How do you overthrow a 7-footer?
It's hard.
Like
you said earlier, he's lacking on the jumping.
Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest of vertical. I think he can jump over the phone book. I'm not sure. 26-16, a minute 28 to go here.
I'm sure that wingspan he's got though can pretty much put the ball right
Hacker,
there.
a three, got it. Will Hacker with the trifecta, and that is the third three hit in this first quarter, and it's 29-16, LCA by 13. Javen Harden down the lane, puts up the shot, won't go. Surratt battling, and let's see, we're going to have jump ball called. One official had a jump ball, and it looked like one official was going to come from the backside and call a foul on Surratt, but they got a jump ball, and it'll go back on the alternate possession to Lafayette.
Well, yeah, one official was saying over the back, the other official was saying jump ball. They must have met at the top with both players' hands on the ball.
Drew out front, penetrating, and he's going to be fouled, and the foul's going to go on LCA's Harrison. Connor Harrison picks up 2 quick fouls. You have to go out of the ball game, and that'll get back in very quickly will be Chase Widmer. Yeah, that'll get Mr. Harrison out and Widmer in. 29-16, a minute 61 seconds to go. First half action. Gary Ball, William Moorfield. PrepSpin, the leader in high school sports digital streaming. Javen Harden in the lane, puts it up off glass, no, and rebounded by Kyle Rode. Boy, Rode got that body in front of Surratt, and Surratt didn't have a chance at that, did he?
No, not at all. Yeah, I need to throw this out there too, Gary, because it's on my mind. A lot of people were tweeting at us and saying, you know, you guys have reduced your schedule in December, and that's not the case at all.
No, we were over at the Traditional Bank Classic for a ton of games.
Yeah, we had 46 basketball games that we streamed.
I called 3 or 4 of them over there.
Now, our deal with Lexington Catholic is they wanted to put most of those games, any game that wasn't Lexington Catholic game, they wanted to put that on pay-per-view.
Which was their prerogative.
We do have the rights to the games, and we will put them on PrepSpin. But yeah, we've done 46 games.
So,
already.
Yeah, that's a ton. And I'm back with you. I did some of those games. I did Franklin County, Lexington Catholic, over to the Traditional Bank Classic. And I'm back for the rest of the season here. We're going to have all the district tournaments and then all the 11th region at Eastern Kentucky, all that right here on PrepSpin. Needing help, and they get it down low. Hacker blocked by Surratt, picked up by Lafayette. Coming out of there with it, it's Javen Harden. To the basket, throws it up, it won't go, and a blocking foul is going to be called against LCA, and it's going to go against Johnson. Got to be his second. Look at that replay.
Yeah, I got the KHSA replay on there, but it PrepSpin broadcast, if you will.
Yeah.
This is one of our older machines here. I just got out.
Free throw knocked down by Lafayette's Javen Harden. He hit a 3 early in this game. That's his first point since he hit that 3. The lead is 12, 29-17. He can make it 11 for Lafayette. 75% free throw shooter. Got them both. He got 5 points, and LCA won't even have time to get a shot off. As we go to the locker rooms, LCA 29, led by Cal Rode, who has 17. He almost has outscored Lafayette himself. He has 17 of the 29 points. Cal Rode does. It's 29-18 LCA. We'll be back here on the Mingua Beef Jerky, and we'll be back with a Roberts Insurance halftime report here from LCA. 29-18 LCA leading Lafayette here on the Mingua Beef Jerky high school basketball game of the week.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I work really hard, but I don't make a whole lot of money. And now, my hours are being cut back at work. I've gotten so far behind on my bills, I feel like I'll never get caught up.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
We're not going to judge you.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. 859-CALL-ASK. In Lexington and now in London.
I work really hard, but I'm struggling to pay my bills on time. I've gotten pretty far behind and I don't know what to do.
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78 now. The consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. And we're back here at LCA. That's the dance team getting ready to perform here. And Larry Bird, Kyle Rode had a great first half, 17 points. And yes, all I said was his IQ at this age, as a senior in high school, his IQ is off the charts. I think his IQ is just, his basketball IQ is what's going to make that guy a great player at the next level. I know he's 6'5", and everybody said don't get excited, don't compare him to. But
that was a funny tweet, though.
Yeah, it was. We appreciate you watching there. We appreciate you watching the broadcast. So that's what keeps us going, as you viewers out there on the Mingua Beef Jerky. I tell you what, a great first half. And Kyle Rode, 17 points, and you got Matthew Johnson with 5, Will Hacker with 5. They both have hit 3-pointers. Baylor Brown has the other bucket for LCA. Evan Drew has 2 points. Ray Surratt has 6 points for Lafayette. He leads their attack. Campbell DeYoung has the 3-pointer. Javen Harden has 5 points with a 3 and a couple of free throws. And Tyreek McCoy. As a matter of fact, we got the first half stats.
Let's
look at some highlights.
Some of these highlights.
Yeah, look at these highlights from the first half. 29-18, LCA on top. And the first half highlights look like this for LCA. And there's good ball movement. Kyle Rowe battling, and he powers it up over Surratt. Put his body in between, and then here comes out of the corner there, and there's a nice jumper there by Hacker. And then the LCA in transition. What good ball movement.
That
and then,
was pretty nice.
Good lay-in by Brown. And then out top, there's Evan Drew with the easy 3. Knocks it down for Lafayette.
First half highlights right here, brought to you by UPS Kentucky Jobs.
Yeah, UPS bringing you these highlights. And then there's good movement by Matthew Johnson, knocks down the free throw line. An all-start free throw line jumper. And then Surratt with a power move. We thought he was going to dunk it. But
yeah, we thought he was going to throw it down.
Everything he does close to the baskets with his left hand. There's Kyle Rowe out of the corner, knocks that one down, showing his versatility.
Yeah.
And he does have a great basketball IQ, Kyle Rowe. And rode to the basket and just powers it up. He immediately, when he saw that McCoy was in the game, he said, I'm taking it right to the rack.
Yeah.
And there's a nice shot by Evan Drew in the lane. Then a good ball movement there by LCA. Then a knockdown jumper by, and I believe that was
that 5?
Johnson. I thought
was that Johnson? Johnson? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see who they gave credit to that with.
It's all right. You see that nice rebound there by
Kyle Rowe. One thing he does is he uses a glass very effectively.
And he knows exactly where to place it, too. There was one shot where Surratt was right up in his grill, and he was able to get it high off the glass and get it to fall.
And here's movement by Surratt again down low. That's a big-time move right there. If he can master that move, and then a Hacker way out front with the 3.
Yeah. Here's the call from the official.
Yeah, I think Lafayette called it a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, possibly. Well, that's the first half highlights.
Yeah, there were a ton of them. So 20 brought to you by UPS, the UPS Loop, and thanks to those guys, they sponsored football now and basketball season. And Mingua Beef Jerky. This is the Bob Roberts Insurance Halftime Report. I want to thank Bob Roberts over there in Richmond, Kentucky. William, they're on Main Street. They've been in business for over 40 years. They insure 3/4 of the great state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance, they're proud to sponsor high school sports here on PrepSpin. Thanks to all those folks. We told you about them at the beginning, but, again, we can't say enough about Mingua Beef Jerky and Curtis Mackley over there, the marketing guru, what they do over there at Mingua Beef Jerky.
Yeah, Curtis and his family and just the whole Mingua Beef Jerky staff over there.
Yeah.
Very, very supportive of what we do and, of course, of what everybody else does at the high school level. You know, they're all in. You go over to Frederick Douglass, you see them all over campus. You go to LCA, you go to Lexington County. It doesn't matter where you go. Mingua Beef Jerky has put dollars into these programs around here. We can't thank them enough. Just great people over there who love and support high school sports.
Mingua Beef Jerky. And Donnie Atkins and Rick Shaw will have the Kentucky Scoreboard Show tonight 10 to midnight on 630 WLAP, 98.5 the Bull Icon. On the 50 radio stations, they have coaches, scores from all over the state of Kentucky. The Kentucky Scoreboard Show, Rick Shaw and Donnie Atkins. And, of course, you know, I used to host that show. Back in the day, I was the host of that show, and then started doing play-by-play on ball games, football, basketball, so I couldn't get to the studio in time to do the show at 10 o'clock. So Rick Shaw and I used to do it with Lewis Stout. Rick did it with Lewis for a lot of years, and then, of course, Donnie Atkins has picked up the beat and hasn't missed a beat. Great job, guys, there with the Kentucky Scoreboard Show.
Absolutely. We want to thank everybody again for tuning in tonight. Andrew Cross and his great staff. You've seen them out here working tonight already, doing a great job here at LCA. They also are over at Scott County now, Bluegrass Orthopedics.
Yeah, The Toyota Classic starts Wednesday night for you folks that want to see some great high school basketball. The Toyota Classic starts Wednesday night over at at Scott County High School.
Did we get in touch with them yet?
I reached out to Billy Hicks, Coach Hicks, and I didn't hear back from him yet today. So
yeah, and then we got Frankfort and LCA possibly in the All-A region.
Right. Same 5 that start for both basketball teams will be starting right now. Down low, Kyle Road goes in on Surratt, cut off, and we're going to have that's going to be a bump foul on Surratt, and I'm not sure about that one, William.
Yeah, well, the whistle came a little quick there from the official, but official's down there and we're up here. And
That's
I don't know what
Surratt's
he's seen.
second foul on Surratt. And Dalton gets it into Conroe, tips it back to Pierce Dalton, cut off baseline. Dalton will bring it back out 2-3, and out front on that 2-3 is Kinley and True. Dalton, middle to Kyle Road, comes over to Brown, back over to Will Hacker. Hacker cut off, and he gets it back out to Dalton. Down low to Matthew Johnson, knocked away, and I think, Javen Harden got a hand on it, and then it looked like Brown knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Baylor Brown didn't give it up on it, even though he was out of bounds whenever he did knock that ball loose.
29-18, a three-pointer here by Lafayette would kind of aid their cause a little bit, get them back in this game. Gary Ball with William Warfield here on PrepSpin, and yes, we did say Kyle Road was pretty good in the first half.
Got people tweeting at us saying we're comparing him to all these different people.
Yep.
Ain't he great, though?
He's a good one. Falling down. They give in the corner now to Javen Harden. Back to Kinley. Daniel Kinley. Over to Drew, over to True. And True did not score in the first half. He's got to get on track here in the second half. Surratt knocked away. Good hands there by Brown.
Yeah, he brought the ball down again against Surratt. He's got to keep it up high.
He brought it to his waist, and as soon as he did that, Brown swatted it away.
Yep, LCA's looking for it.
Kyle Road back over now to Baylor Brown. Pierce Dalton penetrates. Baseline, cut off. Now looking for Kyle Road out front on the left elbow. Back over to Dalton. In the corner is Matthew Johnson. Knocks down a three. Well, that was pretty by Johnson. He's got 8 points. He shoots 57%. From outside, and he's an excellent three-point shooter. 32-18, biggest lead for LCA, 14 points.
Matthew playing for his aunt tonight. We send our prayers to the Johnson family.
Rebound by Kyle Road. Boy, Road went up with one hand and grabbed that one. 5:48 to go in the third quarter. LCA 32, Lafayette 18. Kyle Rowe will just look at this 2-3 zone defense. He's kind of daring Lafayette to come out of that zone defense. Pounds the ball down out near the timeline to the midcourt stripe. Gives it now over to Pierce Dalton. Gives it to Johnson. Back over, they swing it to Brown. Back to Pierce Dalton. Gets a pick, slides through it, falls down, gets to Hacker. There's a left elbow three, good!
Man, he was waiting on that shot. He had already squared up before he got the basketball, and as soon as he got it, he knew exactly.
These LCA kids love when prep spins here, don't they?
They do.
Man, Hacker and Johnson are knocking down. Here's a steal, and breaking away with it, and layup, and in front of the rim, no. Kyle Rowe battling and coming down with it, True. Surratt picks it up, leads it out now. Comes over now to True. True penetrates and blocked. And on the floor, Rowe diving on the floor. And let's see, jump ball.
Watch this hustle. Kyle hustling back on defense. Watch this. You see Kyle waiting.
Got the block. And then it's on the floor. That right there is why Kyle Rowe will be good at the collegiate level.
Absolutely.
Man hustles, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
35-18 to lead is 17, and there's Drew. Got the three. Evan Drew. Boy, they needed a three, and they got it. It's 35-21 LCA, 4:38 in the third. Gary Ball with William Warfield here on PrepSpin. The Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week, and Hacker in trouble, and jump ball called. And this time, I believe the possession error will give it back to LCA.
Yeah, I believe.
Because Lafayette had the last one, right?
Yep,
went on the jump ball by Kyle Rowe. 35-21. Put it in play. Brown. Back comes to Brown from Matthew Johnson. Johnson's got 8. Hacker's got 8. Kyle Rowe has 17.
Nate already lost his jacket. I don't know if we noticed that in the first half or not.
Kyle Rowe out of the left side, about a 17-footer won't go. Rebound to Javen Harden. Kicks it to True. Lets a three fly off the rim and badly rebounded by Cal Rody. At 6'5", he went up over 6'8". Ray Surratt.
Yeah, and that might have been partially blocked. That three might have had a finger of one of the Lafayette defenders there on it.
4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 35-21. LCA Eagles on top of the Lafayette Generals. And, of course, catch this Sunday at noon the Scholastic Ball Report on the CWKYT, our 16th season of bringing you high school sports. This week we got Frankfort High School, Chris O'Brien and his great team, Danville Lady Admirals, and yes, Judy Mason's back in a feature on. Here's Matthew Johnson out of the corner. No good on that three, rebounded by Evan Drew.
Had a good look at it.
Drew pushing it, and he stops from about 17. In and out, rebounded by Johnson. Well, I tell you what, Lafayette wants to push it. LCA wants to be deliberate right now anyway. Brown, Johnson, and there's Greer's three-pointer, and that's in and out. And we're going to have Kyle Road over the back, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be the call. Kyle Road over the back of Evan Drew. So,
depending on what angle you looked at that,
yeah,
that could have went either way.
Yeah, but we had the angle that kind of favored the Lafayette player. 3:10 to go here in the third. Lafayette has hit a couple of three-pointers. LCA's hit a couple threes, Hacker and Johnson, and Lafayette's hit the one three-pointer. 35-21. LCA. Kinley out of the left side. Bullseye. Good shot there by Daniel Kinley. His first bucket of the game. Makes it 35-24. Cuts the lead to 11 here on the Mingua Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. And, of course, do we still have the $1,500 given away by Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Doctors Durbin, Morris, and I believe that's Garner. Yes, $1,500 off. All you got to do is mention PrepSpin.
Mention PrepSpin. If you need braces or Invisalign, mention PrepSpin to Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign. By the way, they're a diamond partner of Invisalign now. It just means that they've, done a lot of smiles, using Invisalign and created a lot of smiles, a lot of happy people walking around Lexington.
Yep.
And surrounding areas.
In a state that gets a lot of bad rap for their teeth, Kentucky, those guys do a great job over there.
Yeah, they're doing an outstanding job over there.
It's everybody they talk to on the national news, when CBS was, they have no teeth.
Yeah, they always. They always paint us
what's
a
up with
different
that? Won't they
reality.
interview William Orfield or Gary Ball, something like that? We'll tell them about it, won't we? And we got teeth.
Gary Ball, you got the teeth, Gary Ball.
Oh my goodness! And
you're right. A lot of times
it gives us a bad rap. Kyle Road does have some hustle plays in this third quarter. That has not scored. It's got 17, and a steal by True. True kicks it over in the corner. And there's a three-pointer, and that's in and out. Surratt sticks it back up and in. What a follow by Ray Surratt.
That's an instant replay right here, Gary Ball.
Yeah, there's a shot out. There's Ray Surratt, follows in and sticks it back home, and all of a sudden we got a single-digit ball game, 35-26.
That right there is Sports Center material. Let's look at this again. Watch. See the big man just crashing the boards and uses both hands, able to tip it up and in, and goes down to the ground. But Ray Surratt.
8 points for the big guy, 6'8" junior. He's back next year for Lafayette. That's the thing you got to remember. They got him another year to develop there at Lafayette. I tell you that the improvement from last year to this year is immense. If he makes that kind of improvement to his senior year, he will be one of the best players in the 11th region. I'll make a bold statement on that one.
I think you're absolutely right. He's shown a ton between sophomore and junior season already.
Pierce Dalton trying to work it across, trying to get it to Widmer, can't get it to him. Comes in the corner now to Hacker, back out to Kyle Road. Now it goes over to Chase Widmer. And man-to-man now by Lafayette. Kyle Road, good pass down low, reverse left hand up and in by Pierce Dalton.
Use the rim to his advantage right there, kind of use it to block the block, the shot blocker, if you will.
And the corner goes True. He lines up a three off the rim, no good, and rebounded by Chase Widmer. Boy, he's come in, made his presence felt.
I'll tell you what, a lot of these threes that we see put up here look like hard line drives.
Hacker thought about it, but I tell you, flying out on him was True of Lafayette. Couldn't get off that shot. Man-to-man now. You got out front, Kinley's on Chase Widmer. He pounds it down. Now gives it up over to Matthew Johnson. Was Matthew wearing a wristband on that right hand first half?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, so he's got it on again this half. Pierce Dalton, minute 25 in the third. 37-26, LCA on top of Lafayette here late in the third quarter. Right side, Dalton lets a three go, in and out, and back of the rim rebounded. Coming out of there with it is Kinley. Daniel Kinley knocked down the three out of the corner. Down low, Surratt. Surratt spins around on the free throw line, now gives it back out to Javen Harden.
You know, this Lafayette's still got a lot of life in them here.
Pass goes now to down low, trying to bounce it to Surratt, and Kyle Rowe knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Kyle got hands on it.
Coming back into the game will be DeYoung. Campbell DeYoung will come in, and going out will be Daniel Kinley for Lafayette. 59 seconds here. Lafayette will get it. Surratt will go now to Evan Drew, right side. Drew penetrates, and we're going to have a reaching foul called, and it's going to go on Pierce Dalton. And that's the first foul on Dalton, the team's second. 56 seconds, 37-26. Drew into the paint and tries to lay it up, won't go, tapped out, picked up, and good play there by DeYoung. Down low, Surratt. Surratt left hand, and he hooks it up and in. That's a nice move. That's double points, double figures now for Surratt, 10 points.
Is he going right? Is he going left?
Yeah,
you don't know. You have to just guess.
Yeah. 37-28 road. And, you know, Coach Valentine talked about giving up those leads at LCA. He said we've given up the lead. And here's a shot put up and in by Johnson.
Johnson got that off super quick. Surratt coming charging at him.
10 points for Johnson now.
Johnson with cat-like reflexes.
14 seconds, 39-28. Drew and Javen Harden play catch. Campbell DeYoung is over on the left side, penetrating Harden, and loses a handle on it, picked up by Widmer. Widmer is going to throw it up from three-quarter, and it banks off the board. So we head to the fourth quarter. Lexington Christian Academy 39, Lexington Lafayette 28 here on the Mingua Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. We'll be back after this.
My name is Ryan Donegan. I'm an orthopedic shoulder and elbow specialist here at Bluegrass Orthopedics in Lexington. About 10 to 15% of individuals struggle with consistent and disabling shoulder pain. So a large portion of the population is struggling with shoulder pain. Treatment of rotator cuff disease includes both surgical and non-surgical options. Non-surgical options include physical therapy, which can oftentimes be successful in and of itself, injections such as corticosteroid injections, and surgical options. Surgical treatment options for rotator cuff disease include primary repair of the tendons, so actually putting the tendon back on the bone where it belongs and allowing it to heal there. Arthroplasty, or replacing the joint, which can...
Both teams will have identical 43rd district records, 3-2. If LCA holds on to this 11-point lead as we start the fourth quarter. Lafayette 3-1 in the district, and LCA 2-2. So we'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter.
It's a big game.
It sure is. A lot of 43rd implications. Harden penetrates, right side, hanging, and puts a shot up, and they call traveling. The basket went in for Javen Harden, but he traveled before he, right there. That's the old European step right there, William.
He got that extra step in. That's a good call.
Kyle Rowe leads it out to Pierce Dalton. 7:39 to play. LCA by 11. Gary Ball with William Warfield here on PrepSpin. And thanks to all of our sponsors, just the Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week. Dalton out top. Gives it up over to Matthew Johnson. Back to Dalton. Dalton just running some clock now. They have an 11-point lead. They're going to run some clock. Kyle Rowe on the right side, cut off by Surratt. Brings it back out. Gives it to Pierce. Dalton. 7:10 to play in this ball game. Fast-moving game, William.
It is, you know, and it's gone by fairly quickly. You know, we talked about, you know, you and I have done several games But this game right here, the pace of it, seems like it's just flying by.
I think everybody wants to get home before the snow comes in.
Yeah, it's supposed to come about 1 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, later tonight. Dalton to Kyle Rode, penetrates. Rode about a 10-footer, got it! 19 for Kyle Rode.
I guarantee that the snow we get is not going to be anything like what I went through out in Colorado. We come through Vail Pass, and man, it was nasty.
Was it?
Yes, sir.
Good thing he made it safe. Lob down, Surratt turns and it won't go, but he draws the foul there on Kyle Rode. Kyle Rode picked up his second foul. That will send Surratt to the line, and Surratt is a 75% free throw shooter, has 10 points here in the ball game. He's looking for his 11th and 12th point here at the line.
He's had a big game tonight. And you've seen the potential in some of the moves that he's created out there, some of the opportunities he's cashed in on.
He's 3 for 3 at the charity stripe. By the way, Lafayette 5 for 5. They've not missed a free throw. And as I say that, Surratt will probably miss this one.
Well, you know, the big guy right there. You know, that's always been a problem with the big guys is free throw shooting, but he's proven everybody wrong tonight, and he still does.
Perfect with that one. They're 6 for 6. Surratt is 4 for 4. And Harden has the other 2 free throws. 41-30. Lafayette down by 11. LCA the lead in leather. Pierce Dalton tries to cut it and getting a handle on that was Surratt. Out top, they swing it now. Over to Johnson. Back to Chase Widmer. I like this Widmer kid, William.
He definitely can move the ball around. Really
he is
well.
He's one of those guys that brings his hard hat and his lunch pail to every ball game. Hacker pounds it down. Will gives it over to Kyle Rode. Running some clock here. They got 11-point lead. 5:45 to play. Kyle Rode into the lane. Blocked away by Surratt. And Drew, and he's going to be fouled there by LCA's Dalton. That's his 3rd foul.
Block again here by Surratt. See what you think. Surratt, nothing but ball.
Yeah, just timed it perfectly. As Kyle went up for a shot, Surratt had the timing down. And that's what Bill Russell said about blocking shots. It's all about timing. Bill Russell, one of the greatest shot blockers of all time. He's in the Hall of Fame. NBA Hall of Fame. Man, he could block shots, couldn't he?
He can, or he could.
5:29.
Probably still could.
Out top with it is DeYoung. Swings at Kinley, and he lets the 3 go. Good. Daniel Kinley, that's his 2nd 3, has 6 points. The lead is down to 8, 41-33. So Lafayette trying to make a late surge here on this LCA team, and they've been giving up, and there's a tap. But Kyle Rode saves it down low. Shot up and in by Brown, Baylor Brown.
Court awareness right there again by Kyle Rode.
What a great assist by. He's got one of the best basketball IQs in the 11th region, maybe the best. Michael Marino, you know, all the great players, Dante Allen, Michael Marino, Kyle Rode, they all have great basketball IQs.
Yeah.
They just know where the other players are on the court at all times. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Evan Drew backs it back out. 4:54 to play. Penetrates, kicks it over to Surratt. Long 3, got it.
Wow.
Surratt showing his range.
Big guy getting it done here.
15 for Surratt. He averages nearly 18. He's got 15, and it's 43-36.
Watch this again. Watch this 3 from Surratt.
And there was no hesitation. Look at that. He went right up with it over Kyle Rode, who came out and played pretty good defense on that one. And Surratt got every bit of that 6'8 frame straight up. And look at Surratt. He has got a total of 15 points now in the ball game. And 9 of those here in this in the second half.
Coach Mendenhall doing an outstanding job again.
As you mentioned in the pregame, William, a Brandon Salzman disciple. He played at Lexington Catholic, and he's done a tremendous job at Lexington Lafayette, as does Allie Denton, the girls coach over there.
Yeah, she's done a really good job as well. You know, they lost a lot of players over the last few years, and she continues
They continue to win. I think they won 11 or 12 games this year.
Yeah.
Trying to get her back on the ball report if I can ever get a hold of her. Dalton works it across.
You better have some Mingua beef jerky for the husband.
I know. Exactly. For Justin, I tell you, he hoards that Mingua beef jerky.
If you ain't got
and by the way, Curtis, if you're watching this game, I need some Mingua beef jerky.
That makes 2 of us. We gotta get some.
Right side, and there's a shot out of the corner. Won't go by Brown. in and out by Baylor Brown. And I tell you what, a three-pointer here would make this thing 4 points really interesting. Evan Drew backs it back out. Look, he lobs it down to Surratt. Back to Evan Drew. He'll let a three rip and off the iron and rebounded by Hacker. 43-36, LCA by 7. 4:04 to go in this basketball game. Well, things would have got really tight had he made that three.
If he hit that three, I would be looking at a different ball game right now.
In the corner it goes to Pierce Dalton. Back out to Will Hacker. Hacker swings it around. Down low they go to. Here's a shot blocked away as Johnson put it up. Surratt says, no, not tonight.
Yeah, Surratt, big block there. Let's watch this.
That's his, third block tonight? So timeout on the court. 3:46 to go in this game. It's LCA 43, Lafayette 36. And I think this is a microcosm what we're going to see in the 43rd district this year. If LCA holds on and wins this game, still 3:46 to play. They'll go to 3-2 in the district. If Lafayette loses, they'll fall to 3-2. If they win, they'll be 4-1. And of course, you got Tates Creek, who's having a surprisingly winning season. I think 10 or 11 wins. You got Lexington Catholic over there, who's kind of struggling, but one thing they always give you over there is effort and defense.
Well, Catholic's always been a team too that, as the year progresses, as the season goes on, they get better and better.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how January and February turns out for
them. And then Dunbar, even with those two big transfers in over there, at times they can beat anybody, and then at times, they kind of struggle, but up and down.
I don't know too much about the Tates Creek coach. Obviously, he's doing a great job this year. But I tell you what, if you look at the other four schools, Coach Valentine, Coach Chalk over at Dunbar, Coach Mendenhall, and Coach Salzman, you got four of the best coaches in the state right here.
Right.
And then the Tates Creek guy comes in.
Yep.
He's doing outstanding things this season. We don't know a whole bunch about him yet, but it seems like he's doing a great job.
Yeah, we know that they're winning. So
they're winning. That's a big change.
Yeah.
They're winning.
Yep, that's for sure.
Of course, something's different over there. Something's going on over there.
Yeah, of course, Scott Chalk over at Dunbar just won a state championship a couple years ago.
That's right.
Had Tavion Hollingsworth, who's playing well at Western Kentucky University.
They're saying that he could be a draft pick now.
He's kind of playing his way into the draft, I think.
He is.
With it out front. A lot of bumping going on there on Brown. He gets it up over to Pierce Dalton. Boy, Lafayette really picking up the tempo and the defense right now. Defensive pressure, 3:35 to go. 43-36, LCA on top. They have the basketball. Brown gives it to Cal Road, top of the circle. Back out it goes over to Dalton on the left elbow. He's working there on Kinley defensively. Kinley getting down on the D. They give it up now to Matthew Johnson. Bounce pass back to Cal Road. In the corner goes to Dalton. But I tell you, they're taking a lot of time here.
Yeah, that clock's their best friend right now.
3:05 to play. They lead by 7.
And Nate was saying, clock management is something we got to control tonight.
Yeah. Said we've been losing leads late in the ball game. Pierce Dalton layup and in and assist to Road.
Huge basket right there.
What an assist by Cal Road. 2:42 to play. Back to 9 points now. 45-36 here in this big 43rd district basketball game at LCA. Gary Ball, William Moorfield. Down low, Surratt. He's blocked away by Cal Road, and a foul's going to be called on Cal.
Cal, just a little bit of hand on there, it looked like, but for the most part, he went over to Johnson and said, "I got him back." He went over to Johnson and said, "I got him back."
That's right. Surratt will be to the line where he has not missed tonight. 4 for 4. And he misses finally. 4 for 5. He has 15 points to lead Lafayette, averages nearly 18, and 9.5 rebounds. Cal Road has 19 points, came in averaging 22. And he missed both of them.
That one.
Man.
That one came off real bad.
That was a small subdivision waiting to happen.
His hand still must be stinging from where Cal got him or something.
That was a brick.
Whew.
Out top it comes to Dalton. Over now to Brown. 45-36. 2:16 to go in the basketball game from LCA. Dalton out top, and he's going to be fouled quickly by Evan Drew. That'll be the first foul on Drew. Only the third team foul, whereas LCA's committed 16 fouls, so the next foul on them will be the 1+1 for Lafayette.
We got Audie Stewart. I'm going to give a couple shout-outs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Audie Stewart says LCA's on fire. Love the Eagles from Port St. Lucie, Florida, tuning in tonight.
From Florida. Good deal.
We got family of Kyle Road up in Minnesota tuning in tonight. Of course, we got lots and lots of people all over Kentucky watching this one, especially in our area. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we expect everybody here at the game to go back and watch it later on tonight, too.
Watch the video archive broadcast of the game here on PrepSpin, and check out the Scholastic Ball Report Sunday at noon on the CWKYT if you like high school sports, William, and I know you do.
Absolutely.
When we're going to start our podcast back up, William?
Everybody keeps asking us when we're going to do that.
I need to get you over to my house to put a camera on my computer. I'm still not in the 20th century, William.
Yeah,
you have to work with
plug and play.
Plug and play.
Plug and play.
Okay, we could do that. With the basketball is LCA. Johnson gave it back to Kyle Road. Now to Dalton out front, and Kinley's going to come out and dog him and foul him. So Kinley just picked up his first foul. That's the 4th foul. Lafayette still has a couple to give. Kyle Road with 2 minutes to go in this basketball game. And Johnson's going to call a timeout as he saw that he was in trouble over there in the corner.
I know I was going to tell you, Tim Tebow was in the news yesterday and just made me think about it. Well, he's actually coming here to speak.
The 19th.
For LCA. He's going to come here to speak to a lot of the folks here in Central Kentucky, and LCA is putting on this event, part of their, I believe, 30-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got Tim Tebow to come here to talk to folks. And
not a greater Christian man than Tim Tebow to give his testimony and fire up the crowd, but what a great example he is. And how about that Lawrence kid of Clemson?
Yeah.
He's the same, cut out of the same mold. They say he's the next big thing in college football. I mean, he tore Alabama up.
Yeah,
I didn't think that would happen to my Crimson Tide, but it did.
He was
he rolled over the
U.S.
top.
Army All-American.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
he always wanted to go to Clemson, didn't he?
Yep. He got to play in the Alamo Dome.
Yep.
In that Army game.
That kid is the real deal. LCA, minute 50 to play. Kyle Road, and he's going to be fouled, and that is the 14th foul.
Football University, a company that I help out from time to time, puts on that U.S. Army game.
Yeah.
And, man, I tell you what, they know them early if they're going to pan out or not.
Yeah, Steele working down low, and Harden gives it to Surratt, and he is going to be grabbed and fouled with a minute 40 to play. Well, our broadcast just checked the Herald Leader next week. I know Thursday we'll either have, I think we're going to have Frankfurt and LCA next Thursday.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that on. Yeah. Depends on the setup over at Frankfurt, but I think that's a good game for us to go do if we can make that happen.
Surratt with his 16th point as he knocks down the free throw. He's now 5 of 7 at the line.
Matter of fact, I'm going to send.
I got Chris O'Brien's cell number 2 if you need it. That is now a total of 17 for Surratt, I believe. 17 points for Surratt, 19 for Kyle Road. He leads LCA 45-38, minute 40. And can LCA hold on? They haven't been able to hold those leads late in the game, according to Coach Valentine. Kyle Road catches it, and there's going to be a foul on Surratt, reaching foul, and that's the 15th foul. Surratt picks up his 3rd. 7 fouls against LCA, so already in the bonus at Lafayette. Minute 33 to play. Johnson, backcourt, gives to Dalton, working out front. Dalton triple teamed, and he's going to be fouled, and Lafayette saying, what? They thought they had to steal, but official right there saying, nope, you fouled him. So the foul went on Kinley, his 2nd, team's 6th foul. So next foul put LCA in the bonus. Kyle Road and in backcourt, and he's going to be fouled by Kinley. He's picked up his 3rd. Kyle Road will go to the line. Kyle Road had 17 at halftime, has scored 2 points here in the second half, has 19, but he can add to that here at the charity stripe with a 1+1. Kyle, a good free throw shooter, as you might well expect, at nearly 80%. Chase Widmer in, and going out will be Baylor Brown.
Baylor Brown.
45-38. Minute 24. Kyle Rhodes free throw rolls in. Boy, nice soft touch there for the big fella. Kyle Rhodes has been playing since 8th grade here at LCA. For 5 years, William, we've watched this guy develop into a fine basketball player. 20 points and 21 now. He'll have a double-double tonight. And not to mention the great assist he's made tonight. Made some great passes. 47-38. Lafayette needs some threes in a hurry. They go now to Drew. Over now to True. Penetrates. True spinning, and he's wide open and lays it up and in.
Not a bad shot.
That's first basket for Caleb True. He's averaging 11.4. That's his first basket of the game.
Yeah, LCA's done a great job calming him down this game. Coach Valentine, always a guy, and Coach Mendenhall too, but they're both always guys that do their homework when they go up against somebody. You know, you got to admire that the work ethic that they put in behind the scenes and before the game.
I'm loving this crowd here tonight. We got a good crowd. The
Isn't
football,
it big?
big crowd. The football fans over there along the way. The football team and.
Coach never did come up and talk to us, did he?
No, we were Doug Charles, but that's okay. He's got a lot on his mind, a lot on his plate, and we'll get him down the road. So I'm sure we'll have LCA on this fall with our Mingua Beef Jerky game of the week. So football, basketball, baseball, doesn't matter. We got it covered here on PrepSpin.com.
We'll have baseball and softball. As a matter of fact, we're going to have an expanded schedule for baseball and softball this year. I kind of stepped I wouldn't say step down, but I reduced my schedule with the Lexington Legends coming up with the games that I produce for them. So, concentrate more on
one
this.
softball team we'll have to watch is Douglas over there. We'll have to watch that softball team because my intern Maddie Davis plays for Douglas. She's a mid-infielder.
Okay.
Keep an eye on her. She's a good one.
Did a Douglas game last season, actually.
Yep. Kyle Rowe trying to work it across. Minute 7 to play. Pass in the middle. Goes over right side to Johnson, and he's going to be hammered. Pick your poison. Could have been either DeYoung or True. I think they call it DeYoung for it. No. Caleb True. True picked up his first. At the line will be Matthew Johnson, a 6-foot senior. And tonight he has 10 points, William, in this game. Shooting 56% from the field and 45% from three-point.
I mentioned earlier a dual sport athlete. He also plays baseball for LCA.
Shortstop. Shortstop. Good one, too.
Yes, he is.
57 seconds. To the basket with the left hand. Won't go for Javen Harden, but he draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. With 54.5 seconds to go. And that is going to be 5 for LCA's Matthew Johnson. I missed that. I only had him for 4, so I missed a foul somewhere. That's unheard of for me to make a mistake like that, William, but I did. I'll admit it.
Happens to us all.
I know. At the line, Javen Harden, he knocked down the free throw. Harden's made it kind of interesting. It is 47-41. If he makes this free throw and they could get a steal and hit a 3, they could have this to a one-possession ball game. Can you imagine that? He made them both. So 47-42. It's exactly what we thought we'd get. Lafayette, LCA, tight ball game.
Tight ball game, yeah.
54 seconds to go, and they're going to put on the full court press. Lafayette is. Lob to Kyle Rowe. Back to Dalton. Back to Kyle Rowe. Kyle Rowe lobs it in the corner now to Baylor Brown. He'll bring it out, and he's going to be fouled as Evan Drew got him.
Coach Mendenhall not liking the call from the official at all. He thought his guy was pushed off of a little bit.
Ray Surratt's going to come back in the ball game, the big fella. And going out will be Campbell DeYoung, 6'3" sophomore. Surratt, a 6'8" junior. 17 points tonight, his average. Free throw connected by Brown. These are big free throws, William, with 42 seconds.
Yep.
48-42, LCA by 6, leading Lexington Lafayette. He could put them up by 7. And he missed it, rebounded by Surratt. Good rebound. They're 2 possessions down with the 3. Over to Drew, over to Harden. Here's right side 3, got it. Javen Harden with 8 points, 48-45. It's a 1-possession game. Little trouble getting it in. A steal. Harden to the basket, put it up. No. Stuck back up and in on the left side. It's a 1-point ball game on the stick back by Kinley. He's got 8 points here in the second half. All of a sudden you look up, and this is what Nate Valentine was talking about, Gary. We're just losing leads late in the ball game. It's a 1-point game, and just 21.1 seconds to go here on the Mingua Beef Jerky Game of the Week. We'll keep it right here, William, and tell the folks that check out PrepSpin next week. We'll have a big game Thursday night. It'll probably be this LCA team against Frankfurt in the All-A, and we've generally followed that the All-A. Where's the All-A tournament, the state tournament going to be held at this year? I know Frankfurt.
Eastern Kentucky.
At EKU. That's what I thought. I thought it was Eastern, but I just wanted to, I knew my man William would know.
Yeah, they had it actually Eastern last year as well because of the, the demolition
implosion
of the Frankfurt Civic Center.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they tore that place down.
Speaking of that, I saw some tweets. They're already starting to tear down Lexington Center and all that.
Yeah, the back of it, Heritage Center. They're tearing it down. They tore down that bridge there, so a lot of construction down there. But I guess when it's done, it'll be a nice park, and Rupp Arena will be much improved.
Yeah, I'm going over there on Sunday. You know what's in town, don't you?
What's in town?
Wrestling.
Oh,
WWE's there.
Wrestling.
21.7,
48-47, LCA by 1. And Kyle Road gets the inbound pass. Working on Kinley. Lob goes over to Hacker. Back it comes now. And let's see. And Dalton's going to be fouled by Harden.
I tell you what, if Lafayette was to win this ball game tonight, they'd come in here with a steal.
Yeah. They're trying to steal this one. That's exactly what they're trying to do, William Warfield. It's 48-47, and we'll have 2 big free throws here coming from Pierce Dalton. First free throw, bullseye. Boy, ice
in the veins.
Ice in his veins. Knocks it down. He's got 5, all 5 of those big points in the second half by Pierce Dalton. Looking for 6, 49-47. And he knocks it down.
Got it.
So 1 possession down. Lafayette can nail a 3 and send this thing to overtime. Down to 12, 11, 10 seconds. They give it out to True. True gives it over now to Harden. He lets a 3 fly, in and out. And that looked good from here. And we're going to have a jump ball called.
Jump ball, and the
possession arrow goes to LCA.
That was
that
so
shot.
close.
That looked good. That shot looked like it was down the bottom. 50-47 LCA. 1.2 seconds to go here in this game, and it's gotten really tight here in the last couple of minutes. We're going to have a timeout called by Nate Valentine. Both teams come in, I believe, 11 victories, right? Is that right, William?
I believe so.
We'll check the.
I was going to say I have to look that up. We got.
11 wins for Lafayette. They got 11 wins, and I believe LCA also came in with the. We're going to check theirs too on the. Lexington Christian came in. Yeah, both teams came in 11-6, but Lafayette winners of 8 of their last 9.
Wow.
So this would be win number 12 for Lexington Christian if they can hold on. They got 1.2 seconds left to do that. They got a 3-point lead, so it looks pretty good for LCA to pull out a close one here at Lexington Christian.
Yeah, you put another 30 seconds up on that clock, and this one might have went to Lafayette.
All the momentum was in their favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing how that big momentum can change.
The big lead, the big lead disperses. And
yeah, remember LCA here in the second half, they had a 14-point lead on Lafayette, 14 points. And Lafayette, just a few seconds ago, they had a 3-pointer go in and out that would have tied the game. 1.2 seconds, LCA's ball. And there'll be probably a really quick foul because you need at least 1 second if you're going to get a shot off. Dalton looking. Gets it in now to Road, and he throws it down court. LCA hangs on. 50-47. LCA wins their 12th ball game, and Lafayette drops to 11-7. What a win. That puts LCA at 3-2 in the district, William. Lafayette drops to 3-2, so those two teams will battle in a couple of weeks, I think on February 2nd at Lafayette.
Yep. It'll be should be a good game over there as well. You know, you got again a coin toss. You have a coin toss between LCA, Lafayette, Lexington Catholic.
Let's pause. We'll run some breaks from our sponsors, and we'll come back and wrap things up for tonight at Lexington Christian. Eagles hold on, 50. Lafayette 47 here in a big 43rd District showdown. We'll be back with the wrap up here at Lexington Christian.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingua beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingua beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at minguabeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingua beef jerky meat sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
Whether you're older
or younger,
or maybe even somewhere in between,
we've got that perfect smile with Invisalign that'll last a lifetime. For you.
For you.
For you.
The future of healthcare seems dark at times, but for patients in Kentucky with diagnostic imaging needs, there's a place with clarity and a compassionate staff. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI provides quality patient care while saving you hundreds to thousands of dollars as compared to hospital-based centers. Remember, for your medical imaging needs, you have a choice. Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI.
Introducing Convenience Invisalign by Drs. Durbin, Morris, and Garner.
Why would you trust your smile to one of those online do-it-yourself kits?
Our goal is to make your dream smile a reality. Schedule your 3D scan today.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
I'm on a fixed income. Credit cards help me balance the money that's coming in and what I need to live on. I've thought about bankruptcy, but how am I supposed to pay for it?
Sometimes the people that need help the most are the very people who can least afford it.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Start your bankruptcy for as little as $78. Now, the consultation is free. In Lexington and now in London.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker.
Back here at Lexington Christian, where the Eagles win 50-47. Excuse me. Javen Harden had 10 points.
Close game, man. A lot closer game than what we thought.
Ray Surratt had 17, William, to lead the attack. And for LCA, of course, Kyle Road had 21 to lead their attack. That's a little bit below his average. And 10 by Matthew Johnson. Matthew had a big game tonight, hitting 4 or 5 shots, hitting 2 of 3 from 3, and also had 4 rebounds
Mm-hmm.
in the game. And looking at assists, Kyle Rode had 6 assists in the game to go with his 21 points and a total of 7 rebounds. So that's the total. Kyle Rode, a complete stat stuffer.
Yeah,
as we've always said.
I'll tell you what, this is a good game tonight. Good district battle. We didn't expect anything less. We knew it was going to be a close game. You know, first and second quarter we thought LCA was probably going to kind of blow it out a little bit, but man, you never can count out the Generals.
No, and they battled back, and if not for a Javen Harden 3 that went around and around and came out, that looked good from up here, because we had a really good angle at that 3 from up here.
Yeah.
And it looked good when it left his hand, but it went in and out, and LCA prevails 50-47. So Nate is able to hold on to one of those games that he led late in the game. He said we've been giving up those leads late in the basketball game. That's why they're 12-6. That's a good record against their schedule.
Yeah.
They played in the King of the Bluegrass, played some really good teams in King of the Bluegrass. They played Scott County this year, so they played a really good schedule. They're 12-6. Lafayette drops to 11-7, but winners of 8 out of their last 10.
Yep. That's, you know, again, the district is at you know, I don't know if the tides are shifting or what's going on here, but you know, again, it's just a coin toss right now. Anybody could come out of the 43rd this year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Tate's Creek's much improved, and Dunbar, and of course these 2 teams, and of course you throw them, Lexington Catholic, into the equation. That's 5 really good basketball teams.
It'd be interesting to see what's going on over there with that Tate's Creek Lexington Catholic game. We were trying to get a live look in over there, but Catholic, something's wrong with their school's internet over there. It's all down.
Oh, so okay. So I thought, we were going to try to have that game on tonight.
We were going to have it on, yeah. But hopefully tomorrow we can get the Catholic girls taking on Dunbar. They play over there tomorrow, and we're going to get a live look for that too.
And our next broadcast will be Frankfort at home against LCA in the All-A Classic. That'll be Thursday night over. We'll check that out, but that'll be our next Mingua Beef Jerky game of the week. And great working with you, William. Good job tonight. And LCA prevails 50-47. They hold on and win it in the last seconds by 3 over a good Lafayette team. And we want to thank all of our partners tonight. We want to thank, of course, Mingua Beef Jerky for sponsoring and being our title sponsor here on the Mingua Beef Jerky High School Basketball Game of the Week. Until next week with more high school basketball. For William Warfield, the king of stream, this Gary Ball 50-47, LCA wins over Lafayette. So long from Lexington Christian Academy.